Imagine a world where every IT product is designed with the planet in mind. TCO Certified Generation 10 is making this vision a reality, setting new standards for sustainable IT. Introducing TCO Generation 10. TCO is the world's leading global sustainability certification for IT products, covering computers and electronics. Generation 10 is the latest version, launched in late 2024. It raises the bar for sustainable IT with 4 major focus areas: reducing climate impact of IT products, enabling circular material flows, more reuse and recycling, replacing hazardous substances with safer alternatives, and improving working conditions. In short, TCO Certified Generation 10 is the new benchmark for driving real sustainable change in IT. The climate criteria in Gen 10 aim to reduce carbon emissions associated with computers throughout their life cycle. Key requirements include renewable energy in manufacturing. Brands must procure renewable electricity equivalent to at least 15% of the energy used at final assembly factories. This drives increased use of green energy in the production of computers. Energy management systems. All manufacturing facilities are required to implement an energy management system and obtain ISO 50001 certification. This ensures factories are systematically reducing energy use and improving efficiency. Efficient product performance. Certified products must meet the latest energy efficiency standards, such as the current Energy Star requirements or equivalent. By mandating high energy performance for devices, Gen 10 reduces energy consumption during the use phase. Product longevity to cut emissions. Products should be designed and supported for a longer life. Longer-lasting devices mean fewer replacements and lower annual carbon footprint. In fact, TCO uses product carbon footprint data to highlight the benefits of extending product lifespan as a way to cut emissions. By pushing durability and upgradability, Gen 10 helps reduce Scope 3 emissions through less frequent device turnover. Gen 10 circularity sets new standards to extend product life and reduce electronic waste. Key circularity requirements include product lifetime support. Certified products must offer 5+ years of updates and warranty to extend secure, usable lifespan. This ensures the device is supported well beyond the typical 2 to 3 year refresh cycle, allowing organizations to use products longer. Unique product ID for tracking. Products must be marked with a unique identifier, such as a QR code, that links to item-level product information. This digital product passport concept makes it easier to track a device's sustainability data and facilitate proper recycling or reuse at end of life. Repairability and spare parts. Gen 10 puts strong emphasis on repairability. For example, if the device contains a battery, a replacement battery must be made available for anyone to buy, and it must be possible to replace it using standard tools. Repair instructions must be provided free of charge. Additionally, a repairability index is introduced to rate how easy they are to disassemble, and whether spare parts, repair guides, and software updates are available. Responsible e-waste management. Brands must take steps toward globally expanded take-back and recycling programs. The criteria push for a more structured approach to e-waste, ensuring that companies offer ways to collect and safely recycle or refurbish old equipment. Sustainable packaging. Packaging waste is also addressed. If a product's packaging contains more than 20% plastic by weight, then at least 50% of that plastic must be post-consumer recycled. This facilitates recycling of packaging materials. Together, TCO Gen 10 measures cut e-waste and extend product life, saving costs and the plane. The substances criteria in Gen 10 are about reducing hazardous chemicals in IT products and manufacturing. Key points include pre-approval of chemicals, a new category of chemicals, stabilizers, used in plastics and electronics, is now regulated. Under Gen 10, any stabilizer chemical intended for use in a certified product must be independently assessed by a toxicologist and added to the TCO Certified Accepted Substance list before it can be used. In other words, chemicals are guilty until proven innocent. They are banned unless verified as safer. This proactive approach ensures that thousands of potentially harmful substances are kept out of products. Safer external cables. All external cables and cords provided with the product, for example, a computer's power cable, may only contain flame retardants, plasticizers, and stabilizers that are on the approved safer list. This means toxic additives that are not verified as safe cannot be present in power cords or peripheral cables of a Gen 10 certified device. Cleaner production processes. The chemical safety criteria extend into the manufacturing process. Gen 10 expands the restrictions on cleaning solvents and process chemicals to cover display panel factories as well. Factories that make panels must now use only approved cleaning agents, as final assembly factories already had to. This reduces factory workers' exposure to hazardous solvents and prevents these chemicals from polluting the environment. Transparency for adhesives and lubricants. While not outright banning certain adhesives or lubricants yet, Gen 10 prepares for future oversight by requiring brands to report a chemical inventory of the adhesives and lubricants used in final assembly and panel production. By collecting data on these substances now, TCO can identify risk areas and potentially introduce safety requirements for them in the future. It's a step toward greater chemical transparency deeper in the supply chain. By tightening chemical rules, TCO Gen 10 makes products safer to build, use, and recycle, cutting toxic risks and promoting full material transparency. Gen 10 strengthens social and environmental standards across the full IT supply chain. Key requirements include extending social and environmental requirements upstream. For the first time, final assembly and display panel factories must directly comply with TCO's social environmental criteria. They also must be certified to ISO 14001, Environmental Management, ISO 45001, Occupational Health and Safety, and ISO 50001, Energy Management. This widens the positive impact on labor conditions and factory practices further down the supply chain. Stricter anti-bribery measures. Companies owning TCO-certified products must work systematically to prevent corruption. Gen 10 requires having an anti-bribery management system that is independently assessed and deemed fully aligned with the ISO 37001. This is a direct response to integrity issues in global supply chains, ensuring ethical governance. Responsible minerals sourcing. The new criteria raise the bar for sourcing of minerals like tin, tantalum, tungsten, gold, collectively known as 3TG, and cobalt, which are often associated with conflict and human rights abuses in mining. Gen 10 mandates that at least 70% of the smelters and refiners in the product's supply chain for 3TG and cobalt are audited and certified as compliant with an accepted due diligence scheme. It means the majority of the metals in a certified product are traced to smelters that have responsible sourcing practices, reducing the risk of funding conflict or child labor in mining. Labor and human rights standards. TCO explicitly requires adherence to international labor laws and conventions. The supply chain criteria encompass compliance with labor regulations, the ILO core conventions, for example, prohibiting forced or child labor, ensuring freedom of association, non-discrimination, etc., and the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. In summary, Gen 10 ensures certified products are both green and ethical, with verified supply chain responsibility. TCO Certified Generation 10 is not just a product certification, it's a powerful tool for advancing sustainable public procurement around the world. Here are 5 ways it delivers real impact. Aligned with GPP goals, Gen 10 meets key green public procurement GPP criteria, including battery life and longevity, making compliance easy for public buyers. Recognized Eco-Label. As a Type 1 Eco-Label under ISO 14024, TCO Certified is officially accepted in many procurement frameworks to prove environmental and social compliance. Policy influence, TCO Certified, often sets the bar for what's next in procurement policy, with features like repairability and circularity directly supporting EU green initiatives. Easy verification. Independent third-party certification makes compliance easy to prove, reducing admin burden and eliminating greenwash risks for public agencies. Global adoption. From Europe to Asia, governments use TCO Certified to meet their sustainability goals. And with Generation 10, the impact reaches deeper into the supply chain than ever. In short, TCO Certified Gen 10 simplifies sustainable procurement and ensures the highest standards are met globally. Call to action, TCO Generation 10 sets the new standard for sustainable IT. Together, let's drive the shift. One trusted product, one smarter choice, one greener future.